Hi there, everyone. I am sitting here at the Wright County Courthouse, and it's just a little too windy for me to make my video out there. You wouldn't be able to hear me. It's one of those weird Minnesota days where I'm not sure if it's spring or winter. It could be either, but who knows? It's overcast. So, the hearing that was set for today was listed as a scheduling conference. We knew that. But we also knew that there were significant outstanding motions. And many of us who look at the letter of the law see that motions to compel have a 30 to 60 day window in which they must be... I can't even think of the word right now because my brain is spinning on this, because wait till I spit out all I have to tell you. I could tell you I could tell you that nothing happened and this is over, but I'm going to tell you because I tell you the backstory, because I'm backstory Tabby. Here we are. So, I get here about 12:45 because, that's what you should do for court, right? Well, the doors were still locked at 12:54. 12:59, the courtroom doors open. I then entered the courtroom along with 7M's counsel, and we waited until 1:15 when Katie Joy's attorney came in. She had car trouble, and just one of those days for her, so you gotta feel for her. The judge then appeared 2 minutes later. She was alerted that both parties were there. And we all rose, and court was in session then at that 1:15 mark. The judge said, we have outstanding discovery issues. Is that kind of where we are here? How are we in all of this? And both sides agreed that that's where they're at. And Jennifer Moore specified specifically and stated that we are talking about written discussion. I'm sorry, I just misspoke. Written discovery only. We are not talking about anything else, that we are talking about the subject of written discovery only, that there are outstanding motions for, if somebody's getting ready to walk by, I'm going to cover that. There are outstanding motions for written discovery only. Okay. It was stated, and then it was stated out loud by Jennifer Moore and agreed in the court that the depositions have not yet been done. You heard it. I heard it. Because I'm telling you now, you just heard it because I just heard it, because there are so many stories that, this has been done, that's been done, and it's under the confidentiality. No, nothing is being done here. Nothing. Welcome to Minnesota. And I don't know if it's like this in other courts, but this is, you just delay and delay and delay. And if you got a judge that goes along with your delay, well, he'll delay until the end of time, and maybe you'll end up being an Anna Nicole thing. Who knows? But yeah, depositions have not even been done. What are we, 2 years into this? And now just wait, it gets better. It gets a little better here, because the judge says, okay, so how about if we extend discovery responses and we put it to July 25th? Now, I'm hard of hearing, and there was no assistive devices, and I did not wear my hearing aids, my sexy hearing aids, so I don't know if she said July 25th or July 26th, and I did not have a calendar with me, and it was not written as to the time that I left, so I do apologize. Either July 25th or 26th is when the responses for the discovery need to be made. Written discovery. From there, they will need about 90 days to evaluate those answers and determine, 7M needs to determine which parts of the written discovery she wants to keep confidential then to go upwards towards the deposition. So the judge agreed that how about if we have a file by date of September 23rd and then a hearing date to be determined then on those motions. So we went from July to where the written discovery goes, to where 7M gets to evaluate, see what they want to keep confidential, etc., etc. Proceed to deposition, filed by September 23rd. Okay, now get this. Hold on to your pearls. So then 7M's attorney said we should then look at mediation scheduling around that time, or motions and mediation. And the judge said, yeah, let's wrap this up by the end of the year. Let's say that, looking at motions and mediation and the filing for that, let's literally wrap it up by the end of the year. So the deadline for motions and mediation scheduling, December 31st. There you have it. Nothing's happening in the Wright County Courthouse. As per usual, as per predicted, as I am telling you. Are you all just like, what in the... Yeah. Because some of you are watching the Bullhorn and Queen Bee hearing, where Bullhorn got her feelings hurt and decided to, go. She said it was going to be the year of lawsuits, and so she started filing lawsuits, and she went after Queen Bee because Queen Bee had a discussion that involved Betty, and Betty didn't like it, and so she filed. Now, the community had a collection that defended Queen Bee in that, because it is the community's belief that Queen Bee did not do anything, and it is the community's belief overall that Betty has been acting butthurt and litigious. And so in that, if you watch how fast, I'm going to cover that because more people are walking by. If you watch how fast that hearing is going, based on, they have a really good judge that the community funded for Queen Bee, and so Queen Bee was able to essentially countersue. Another person's coming, so I'm keeping this blocked. So a countersuit has been filed by Queen Bee for her time, stress, etc. Hold. This is a tornado drill. It's not a real tornado, so if you hear those bells, this is what happens the first... this is actually Weather Week, that's why. It's usually the first Wednesday of the month at 1 o'clock. Which, when I moved here in frickin' 2009, I had no idea. And so every single first of the month at 1 o'clock, I'd hear these frickin' alarms, and I'd grab all the kids and I'd go for shelter and be like, wow, I didn't know the tornadoes were so frickin' predictable. And it seems like it's like the midday, like a Wednesday at 1 every time after like the third month that I took shelter. And then I learned it was just, they just do that. So yeah, so that's what you're hearing. So don't think that I'm out here being Dorothy and not taking shelter or anything. It's windy, but it's not that windy. Just weather alert, weather awareness week. So anywho, if you're watching the Betty and Queen Bee thing and how fast that is progressing, it's a nutshell compared to this big salty nut we've got here. Because with anything, money talks. And the haters have made Katie Joy famous in her own right, in her own world, in her own mind. But they have given her the money and the means to be able to hire counsel to defend her, to appear for her, and to draw this out. That's the name of the game. Because people continue to go and look at what she does because it's shocking, it's provoking emotional responses, it's distasteful. And so people go, and you will see these same people then go and take screenshots of them and put it in Reddit and put it everywhere, and they're like, look at what happened, Katie Joy just blocked me today. Well, what were you doing giving Katie Joy the clicks? Because at the end of the day, that person was giving the clicks, which give the money. And I hope that this whole process is bringing attention to the fact in how much the haters make this whole thing happen. As you all know, I am a small channel because I believe in the truth, in the facts, and I don't believe in narrative. And when I see that a narrative is going on that I can bring some truth and light to, I do my best. And to the effect that this has compromised my personal safety and security, to the effect that my email has been hacked for how long? Repeatedly. I've had people come for me. I did not make content out of it. I stood alone and had all of the harassment and hate from all of the hellhounds coming for me. I stood alone. I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for sympathy. I continued to go and follow the course. When I would do so, I would explain what happened here when I could, because I have a significant health issue or two. So when I could explain what happened here, my content was then taken from my channel, literally to the point where the transcript was read from. And then certain people would take my words and exploit them for super chat, to fund this and that, to donate to this and that. Those donations, I do not see a result from. And my channel was extinguished. My views went down by 80%, and the $100 that I was finally able to make in income from my work was ceased. And I did not make 1 cent for 3 months, and I shut my channel down entirely. My content that I have been procuring here was then, the people who stole it accused me of stealing their content. And so many people were so confused as to what was going on because of those other people trying to create an agenda of just hate. People believed it. So I had to stand back, allow myself to be harassed, bullied, humiliated. But I stood there, I stood alone, and I'm still standing. And I need your help to remain upright. I need you all to now understand the risk that I am taking to my personal safety by doing what I'm doing. It is not even a guess. It is not even a question. It is a matter of when. You know who takes me to court for doing this. It does not matter that I am not doing anything wrong. It matters that she has the money and I don't, because I don't have a channel or content that is based in shock jock hate like she does. So as I go forward and come back, I have so much to tell you about what happened in the 3-hour hearing that I've never spoken on. There were things that happened because I was in that courtroom that changed the trajectory of many things that were in motion. There were things that were said that I could not speak on until I cleared by others. So while I was waiting to do so on that, I was being beaten up, harassed all over online, as you saw, and I just stopped. So I still have all of that content. It's recorded, and I will be putting it out as I'm comfortable coming back. I need your help in. When you hear me say something and you put it on your channel, please cite where you heard it. Say that Tabitha Jane said this please look at her channel. Here's the link and where she said it. Please keep what I say to what I say. And if you see other people twisting my words or using my words for exploitation as have been done in the past, please let me know, because I'm the one who's going to have to go to court to answer to a judge as to what I say, when, why, and how. Now that that's been displayed very clearly for all of you, that's what I need. That's what I ask for. And for those of you who have stood by me, thank you so much for all that you have done for me in the way of holding me up and explaining to me who is who in this zoo. And as for those who come for me and say that I am not reporting on this case because I've said this and that, keep in mind, I am not an attorney. I am not anybody's employee. My channel is my hobby. If I make money from my channel in exchange for my time, I am honest about that, and I tried to make something good in the world. Those of you who have followed me know that the money that I made last year, I was able to grow a garden in the back, and from that garden, I was able to make salsa and show you that and freeze it, and it lasted me until last week, and I was able to, put that in chicken dishes, etc., etc. So what I've tried to do out of the negativity and hate that has came, I've tried to put something back into the earth and the environment itself that's better and beautiful. And I could have not done that without your help. So thank you for the help that you've given me to make something good out of something bad. That is what I continue to try to do. While I cover this case, I do have the right to have my opinion on the people that I cover, because I am not an attorney and I am not anybody's employee. If I was either of those things, I couldn't speak. But because I am and I can, I do and I will. And I thank you for listening. And I invite you to ask questions, and I invite you to email me any questions you're not comfortable putting forth, etc., etc. And you can always do so at tabithajane0@gmail.com. Thank you for your support, and I will be putting forth more content soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.